What's going on, guys? Hey, it is Anthony. You're checking out the Breakout Daily. It is time for a weekly update. So I'm trying to build out the YouTube channel here with some content outside of unboxings. I'm going to continue to dive into my collection, some organizational things. And today, guys, we got something fun to talk about, and that is the Disney Plus Day release. And we're going to dive into Key Collector. We're going to talk about comic books and what I feel like the impact that we're going to see here in the near future. So stay tuned. All right, guys. So did you catch Disney Plus Day? I believe this aired November 12th. And the guys at Disney and Marvel dropped all kinds of stuff. That's what we're going to talk about here today. But before I dive into the episode, make sure hit the subscribe button, guys. Share, like, all of those fun things because it helps the channel grow. I'd like to continue doing this regularly. We've got a ton of unboxing videos or mail call. We've got a bunch of cool collections and purchases we're going to be going over to include new videos like this one that we're talking about today. So I'm going to run through the list of announcements that pertains to Marvel. And there is a ton of additional content that came out with the Disney Plus Day here in 2021. So if you guys haven't checked that out, get onto YouTube and you can watch the full-length videos where they cover some Star Wars stuff, some Disney stuff, and a bunch of other things that is going to be coming soon. So if you don't have a Disney Plus subscription, it may be time to get one. So the list that we have, I'm going to run through it real quick, and then we're going to look at some comic books, or discuss, I should say, comic books, not look at them necessarily. They recently announced, and all of these had streaming soon attached to them, so I haven't seen any firm dates yet. That doesn't mean by the time this airs, they haven't started setting some dates out. So we have Marvel Studios XMen 97, which is an animated series which goes off of the 90s animated X-Men cartoon that you may have enjoyed. I enjoyed it as a kid, being a 80s child. By the time the 90s rolled around and that show came out, I was 5-6 years old. Perfect timing to enjoy the show. Now, we have that coming out. They're supposed to keep the animation the same. I believe the voice cast for it is the same or close to the same. So we may see some spikes depending on the story, the plot, and how big it gets. I don't know, because the animated series are kind of hit and miss in my opinion, but we'll see. So that may lend to you if you have a lot of the X-Men Adventure stuff, and who knows where it could go. Next on the list, this is super exciting for me because I just picked up this first appearance, and we're going to dive into that in a moment. And that is, they announced Echo as a actual series. Now, we know Echo is coming in the Hawkeye series, which is going to debut here in the next couple of weeks. If you're watching this when this airs, if you're not and you're watching it later, you already watched Hawkeye. You know what Echo's doing. But it's exciting because the first appearance of Echo, and really even the second appearance of Echo in the Daredevil books, has already been growing and has been building. So Daredevil 9, off of the David Max series from 1999, that was our first appearance, issue number 9. The first appearance of Echo, a highly skilled martial artist who is also deaf. That book right now is doing very well. And, they're seeing highs, in the mid $150, $200 marker for the raw books. And then I think that this book has got a ton of room to grow. It's going to pop once we see her in Hawkeye. And then the delay between Hawkeye and the Echo series is only going to do good for that comic. Another notable comic that is based around that would be Daredevil 10, which is a second appearance, origin and first cover appearance of Echo, aka Maya Lopez as well. Issue 10 also features the first appearance of Crazy Horse, Echo's father, seen briefly in a flashback. So those would be the two main keys I would suggest. If you guys haven't jumped on these, now may be the only time that you get them before these things go through the roof. Again, this is my speculation, not yours. You take it with a grain of salt. The David Mack Daredevil series was done very well. I do have a couple of these issues. The art in it is incredible. The story is pretty cool. You can dive down to like the Daredevil 51, which David Mack has a very cool Echo cover. 53 has the origin of Echo, specifically how Kingpin killed her father, Crazy Horse. And then you've got New Avengers number 11, which I've tried to buy a couple of times and just have not been successful, from the 2005 Bendis run, which is the first appearance of Maya Lopez as Ronin, formerly Echo. So those are your main key books. There's some additional ones down the line here that I would keep an eye on here in the near future, because again, Hawkeye's coming, or has already come, depending on when you watch this. We're going to get the introduction, and then we know that this character is coming back for more, which is unique because generally speaking, we have had a lot of introductions to characters and we don't know where they're going to go into the future. This one's already locked up and ready to go. Another one that we don't have a lot of information on is Spider-Man Freshman Year. This is supposed to be an animated series that is, from what I understand, is supposed to be kind of the prelude to Tom Holland's Spider-Man that we know and love from his freshman years, his high school years. So we'll see. I'm excited for it. Let's see what happens. The next one, we didn't get anything other than a title, just like Spider-Man, and that's Agetha, House of Harkness. But we can take a look at Agetha. So let's take a quick look at Miss Agetha Harkness and see what books are popping. I don't think I have any Agetha books, so we'll have to see. Holy cow, here we go. Big old list. So this book is really popping. I'm not going to go off the numbers of Key Collector. I try not to. It's nothing against Key Collector, but their numbers don't seem to track as well as like Cover Price or GPA. So the big book for this one looks like it's Fantastic Four, number 94, which is the first appearance of Agetha Harkness, Franklin Richards' nanny and mentor to Scarlet Witch, which we saw in the Scarlet Witch and Vision show. First appearance of Ebony, Agatha's cat, who turns into a demon-like creature. First mention of the name Franklin Richards. This book's going to continue to grow. I mean, just a couple of weeks back, a 9.8 sold for $7,500, which obliterated the previous 7-year period by $5,500. So it's been a while. There are only 6 copies graded at 9.8 that exist. So it's also scarce. According to GPA, there was a 4481 sale in 2011. That's crazy. That is pretty wild. Second appearance of Agatha Hartman. That may be the route you want to go as that book continues to climb. That's Fantastic Four 103, which is, anywhere from a couple of bucks to the, $30 to $50, depending on condition and what you're getting. Fantastic Four 185, first appearance of Nicholas Scratch, a warlock and son of Agatha Harkness. First full team appearance of Witches of New Salem, which I would be willing to say is probably going to come. There's already speculation there in the Key Collector. So Agatha Harkness, House of Harkness is coming soon. Another cool thing that's coming out is Marvel Zombies. Now there's several variations of Marvel Zombies that's already out there. I actually have almost the full collection via hard copy, except for issue 3, which I still need. So if you have issue 3 hard copy, let me know. Drop me a DM, hook me up with a book because I need it. But I've also started expanding into some of the other runs as far as the comic goes outside of the TPD hardcovers. But there's going to be an animated show based solely around that, which is cool. I think there's a lot of people that appreciate the art design, the stories, the wildiness, the craziness of Marvel Zombies, and we're going to have legs under that for a while. So we're going to try to rip through kind of the rest of this because I don't want to sit here and go too far. The next one on the list, we did get a sneak peek at She-Hulk, which we knew was coming. First sneak peek. Books to look out for: Savage She-Hulk #1, first appearance and origin of She-Hulk, the cousin of Bruce Banner, which is unique in its sense that she didn't star in a different book prior to being introduced. Now that book's a couple $100, depending on condition. Obviously, it goes up from there. We'll continue to see this book, I think, rise. Savage She-Hulk #2 is the second appearance. And then you've got, appearances where she joins the Avengers in Avengers 221, Incredible Hulk 282, where the first team up of the Hulk and She-Hulk happens, which we do know from the trailer, guys. If you guys haven't seen it, spoiler alert, with pretty much all of this content, we have Mark Ruffalo's Smart Hulk in form in the trailer. So will that make a difference? I don't know, but we'll see. There's a ton of speculation that this is going to have kind of that Deadpool feel with the fourth wall breaking content that's in it. Next one on the list is Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel's been jumping in price for quite a while, and so has, I think, the next item we're going to talk about. But Miss Marvel, let's go to this real quick, and we're talking about Kamala Khan. Her first appearance was in Captain Marvel #14, the 2013 Kelly Sue DeConnick and Jose Quinos book. So that book's on the rise. Second appearance is in Captain Marvel 17, so don't be a sucker for 15 and 16. That's a second cameo appearance, running around $40, right around there, $30 to $40. But if you can get #17 second print, that book has gone buck wild. First cover appearance of Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel in costume. There's a ton of other appearances to include team appearances and a lot of good stuff going around with Miss Marvel. So exciting to see that, as well as we got a sneak peek at what her life looks like and kind of what's going on with the Disney Plus trailer. Again, most of the trailers that were shown were very teaser-esque trailers, limited. You didn't get a ton of information, to include Moonknight, which I'll talk real briefly about. Everybody knows Werewolf by Night 32. That's the book to have. I don't have one. I wish I did. However, the book is on the rise, and we're going to continue to see that. Also, you have Moonknight or Werewolf by Night 33, his second appearance. You have a ton of different solo series that you could be investing in. And I think that those are just going to continue to raise in price. We don't know beyond the series that we're going to see on Disney Plus on where that character is going to go. Next on the list is What If Season 2, which is exciting. The What If Season 1 was fun. It had a lot of great animation and a lot of cool things going on with it, a lot of canon for the MCU, to include the introduction of Marvel Zombies in a true-to-form screened format and a lot of other cool stuff. So we're going to see what happens with that. Excited for that. We only got a title for I Am Groot, which obviously will probably inflate Guardians of the Galaxy books, I Am Groot books, and I'm not sure which direction they're going on with that. We also got Ironheart, which is hugely anticipated with some Riri Williams goodness, and those books have been climbing through the roof for quite some time as well. And then lastly, we had a very limited snippet of Secret Invasion, which showed us Nick Fury, aka Sam Jackson, with the cat claw prints across his eye, but he doesn't have a patch. He has like a blue universe, icy blue eyeball, or whatever it is in there. And that's what we've got. Secret Invasion is going to have a lot of really cool tie-ins. Obviously, we're going to see the Kroll and all of the different things that could come with that. Once we get trailers for Secret Invasion, Ironheart, I Am Groot, What If Season 2, Marvel Zombies, Agetha, Echo, and the movies that are coming, Thor, Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange, and there's a bunch out there, guys. This was awesome because I think this is good for the comic book market. I think it's good for Disney. I think it's good for Marvel because they're announcing this stuff. They're getting it out there, which is going to continue to build excitement and bring people in once again from the television and entertainment world into the hobby, and hopefully we'll continue to see some of these books rise in price and collectability and getting more people into the collective thing is really what is the good part about seeing all of this stuff. So I think we'll leave it at that, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the Breakout Daily. We're going to try to keep up with this as new trailers and new content comes out. You guys will hear it here. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thank you again for tuning in. I'm Anthony. Make sure and hit the subscribe button. We'll catch up with you in the next episode.